Welcome learners. We are practice with colon classification in our knowledge organization classification practice course under the discipline Bachelor of Library and Information Science. Today we shall discuss the synthesis of class number for social sciences according to colon classification 6th edition 1963 reprint version. So we are now going to discuss the rules for synthesizing class numbers of the subjects in different fields of social sciences. The study of social sciences deals with human behavior in its social and cultural aspects. Therefore, it is an agglomeration of different fields of study. The basic classes covered under social sciences in colon classification 6th edition are education, geography, history, political science, economics, sociology, social work and law. Our aim today is to know the different fields of social sciences, their basic components and relation among those basic components, and finally to know the rules for synthesis of the class number for the subjects which pertains to this domain of knowledge, and that is according to colon classification edition. So different basic classes in social sciences are education, as already stated. We present here with the their notations. Here M capital Z denotes the agglomeration of humanities and social sciences. Then Greek letter summation denotes the agglomeration of social sciences or partially comprehensive subjects, social sciences. Then under this agglomeration or partially comprehensive subjects, the basic classes education is denoted by capital T, geography is denoted by U, history capital V, political science W, economics, sociology, law. We know the basic classes are denoted almost in every cases in colon classifications 6th edition, but not in all cases by the capital letters according to. So today we learn the nature and formation of class number according to colon classification 6th edition of these basic classes. Now basic class education. The facet formula for the basic class education is presented here as it is presented in the schedule of the basic class education. Here personality facet lists isolates for various types of educands, that is different kinds and levels of learners. The foci in this facet are mnemonic with the foci of the entity facet in personality facet of the main class psychology. Energy facet of the main class education enumerates educational techniques or problems. The isolates in the second round personality facet covers the subjects taught. In the application of subject device to second round personality facet, the modification in main class linguistics and its application is given in the schedule of the main class education. The facet, and it may be noticed from the examples in the rule part also. The facet second round second level personality exists in case of the following foci in energy facet. So some of the facets are differential facet, and particularly the energy facet, teaching techniques, students work and educational measurement enumerates second round second level personality facet. System facet occurs for the main class education, and when a system facet occurs in class number, a comma should precede a, as we know for the rules of for system facet and special facet. These are also applicable here. So here we present some examples from the main class education. Education of minority people in India, main class education. Then minority class we get from the personality facet by using subject device, and it comes from the main class sociology Y, and then we get the isolate number for India as space isolate. So the class number will be T9Y58 within parenthesis and .44. Another example, teaching of history in elementary school through study method. Here main class education denoted by capital T. Then from the personality facet, it is elementary school denoted by 15 isolate number. Then teaching technique, that is we have to we get it from the energy facet and denoted by 3. Then we have to formulate the 2p isolate number for the subject history, and it will be formulated by using subject device. So the notation will be within parenthesis capital V for history. Then we get the isolate from 2p2, that is students work, and it is indicated by the notation 4 in 2p2. So finally the class number will be capital T 15 colon 3, then within parenthesis capital V, then comma 4. With this we move on to the main class geography. Geography is the study of places and the relationships between people and their environments. Geographers explore both the physical properties of Earth's surface and the human societies spread across it. They also examine how human culture interacts with the natural environment and the way that locations and places can have an impact on people. Colon classification 6th edition finds the term geography is a very elusive one. The facet formula for main class geography is presented, and there all the facets comes under the personality facet. Then comes the space and time isolates. No instruction for using energy and matter has been given. Isolates for space and time facets are to be taken from respective common schedules for space and time as in the chapter 3 and 4. The personality facet covers mathematical geography, physical geography, geomorphology, oceanography, meteorology, biogeography, anthropogeography, political geography, economic geography, travel, expedition, voyages, etc. Here we present some examples. Tourism in the Himalayas. Here main class geography denoted by the digit capital U. Then travel in the personality facet denoted by the digit 8. Then space isolate for Asia it is 4. Then second level of space isolate mountain, and that is denoted by small g7, and Himalayas is individualized by alphabetical device. So the class number will be tourism U8, then dot 4, as mountain Himalayas is spread over different countries in Asia. So we have taken the notation for Asia for space isolate, and then mountain in the second level space isolate G7, and after that again in the space isolate it is sharpened by alphabetical device capital H for Himalayas. Therefore the class number is U8.4. small g7 dot capital H. Another example is anthropogeography of forest area. Main class U, geography, anthropogeography within the personality facet as enumerated in column classification 6th edition. It is denoted by the digit 4 in the personality facet. Then for forest area it is denoted by the second level space facet. The digit is small f. Therefore the class number will be capital U4 dot small f. Now we move on to the main class history. Here the personality facet is the community facet and it is to be obtained by applying geographical device, and superimposition device may be implied to sharpen the personality facet or P category of a particular subject. P2 is part of the community. Energy facet is the problem facet and incorporates the components such as policy, constitution, function, relation of the state with citizen, civil rights and duties, source, archaeology, epigraphy, archives, etc. The problem facet notation 19 denotes under the policy denoted by 1. To build a notation for the foreign policy of a state in regard to some other state, the isolate in personality should be the community to which the foreign policy is turned. The other state would be designated by adding space facet after the isolate number 19 from energy facet. You may please consult the revised rule in the concerned part in annexure. In case of such foreign policy in regard to a specific subject, the notation for this subject may be manifested by applying subject device which is to be added after space facet for other states. So trade policy between India and China will be denoted by the main class history. Then in the personality facet, the community, India as it is our mother country, and policy between India and China. So foreign policy from the energy facet denoted by 19. Then space isolate for China, it is 41, and on which subject? Trade. It will be formed by using subject device, that is within parenthesis x:5, that is from the main class economic. Therefore, the class number will be V44:1941, comma within parenthesis capital X:5. Again, the isolate number 2 in energy facet denotes constitution. The different aspects of this concept may be treated as appropriate in main class V history or in the main class W political science. A historical or descriptive account of the concept constitution should be treated as its historical aspect and the notation to be constructed according to the main class V history. Time isolates should occur in the class number of main class history except for the subjects dealing with science of history or some aspects of it. Generally, time facet is covered by latest effective decade. Use of common isolate in the main class history has been specified. It has been discussed in Rule V9S and V9Y7 in Part 1 and in annexure. The class number for the biography of a person whose importance is due to the part played by him in the development of the history of a geographical area should be got by adding the anteriorizing common isolate number Y7, small y7 after the community isolate number and by sharpening it by chronological device as his or her year of birth. Here we present life of Pranab Mukherjee, the former President of India. He was born in 1935. So main class history, Indian history, and he was the President and President of India. His biography is denoted by the ACI by before space facet, that is denoted by small y7. So the number will be framed as capital V44, comma 1, then small y7, then it is sharpened by his year of birth capital N35 using the chronological device. Next we discuss the political science or synthesis of class number in political science. The subject political science and history are in many ways related to each other. Therefore, determining the main class of such subject seems to be difficult in some cases. In general, subjects dealing with the theoretical aspects or viewpoints are treated in the main class W political science. In its facet formula, personality facet P, first level, enumerates the foci for the type of states. P2 facet puts the parts of the states. The isolates in P2 and E facet of political science are same as those of history, main class history. Isolates for these two facets therefore refer to the main class history, but they are treated from different viewpoints in each of these two main classes. As for example, the aspects of constitution which concerns about the studying and giving exposition of constitutional principles of a particular country should be treated under the main class political science. Here we present some example. Freedom of work in a democratic country denoted by the main class political science, then democracy in the personality facet, and freedom as right in the energy facet from the main class history, and subdivision of energy facet by subject device, freedom of work. Therefore, the class number will be W6 colon 58 within parenthesis capital Y 5. Function of the opposition parties in Indian politics. Main class political science W, opposition parties P245, functions E3 and India 44. W45 colon 3.44. Now we move on to main class or basic class economics. The basic class economics is denoted by the notation capital X and deals with the production, consumption and transfer of wealth. Its facet formula is presented in the schedule part. It includes the subdivisions, communication, transport, commerce, credit such as money, bank, investment, etc. Public finance including tax, insurance, etc. Insurance including tax, insurance, etc. Matter facet for money in the personality facet is enumerated. The energy facet covers isolates meant for economic activities such as consumption, production, distribution of economic resources, transport, trade including tariff, export and import, foreign exchange, etc. Transport occurs both in personality and energy facet. In personality, it indicates business of transport, and in the energy facet, it covers the process of the actual transport of specific commodities. A special schedule of energy isolates applicable to the public finance 7 in the personality facet. Here we present an example. Unemployment in textile industries in British India. Main class economics, industry from personality facet of economics, then textile industry, again sharpened by specific subject device, then unemployment from the energy facet, and in British India we get it by in British India we get it from space isolate using superimposition device, that is India 44 in during the British period hyphen 56. Therefore, the class number is X8M7 within parenthesis colon 95851. Therefore, the class number is X8 within parenthesis M7 colon 95851.44 hyphen 56. In the energy facet, 8 management and its subdivisions cover different aspects of management excluding personnel management. Personnel management and its subdivisions are covered in the focus 9. The isolate under 9 personnel management are arranged in 3 sectors: least concrete sector 1 to 9 to 2, more concrete center 9A to 9W, and still more concrete center A to R. If a book covers more than one sector, the isolate number of each sector should be made a level of second round personality after 9 personnel management in energy facet. The more concrete sector should be made the earlier level. Likewise, 8-9 in the energy facet also has such sectors. Subjects on weights and measures should be given the class number X colon 5E as per rule X9E. Systems and specials occur and are enumerated at the end of the schedule of this main class economics. Here we present example. Okay, here we present an example where we can see the presence of special facet and in the personnel management different sectors. Here least concrete sector is denoted by LCS, more concrete sector is denoted by MCS, and still more concrete center is denoted by SMCS in the facet structure. So main class capital X economy. Private enterprise special facet capital X N5, sorry, capital X 95. Then textile industry by subject device we get 8M7 in the personality facet. Then personnel management in the energy facet is denoted by 9. Here we have to sharpen in the second round personality facets the still more concrete sector, more concrete sector and least concrete sector. That is denoted by as we get that women is the still more concrete sector, clerical is the more concrete sector and service status is the least concrete sector and denoted by the notations capital F and then more concrete sector by 9p and the least concrete sector by 5.3. Therefore, the class number will be formed as X95, 8M7 within bracket textile industry, then colon 9 F, 9p, 5.3 for different sectors in the energy facet for isolate personnel management 9. Next, we move on to the main class sociology. It covers different social communities and their culture, activities, problems, demographic studies, etc. In the facet formula, we can see the third round of manifestation are appearing. So, here the personality facet, P facet enumerates different communities or groups of the society. The outline of the divisions of community isolates of P facet are divided by age and sex, family, by residence, by occupation, by birth or status, abnormal or defective, race as a social group, by association, etc. The energy facet outlines the aspects of social activities and problems such as civilization, culture, physical character and feature, activity, social pathology, demography, personality, equipment, etc. For, I repeat, for 1 to 7 and 8 subdivision of the problem or energy facet, that is for the civilization and culture, physical character and features, and in 7 the personality facet, second round energy facet provides isolates for secondary problems. Here we present some examples from the main class sociology. Indian society, sociology, then territorial division in the personality facet by geographical device is 744. Therefore, the class number will be Y744. Another work is relief work for working class people residing in Amphan hit slum areas in Kolkata during summer in 2020. So, main class sociology, working class people 49 in the personality facet, then disaster in the energy facet 435, then it may be sharpened by using alphabetical device for Amphan. Here it has been taken as AMP. Then in second round personality facet, the slum areas is denoted by the notation 57 and in the second round energy facet relief work is denoted by 67 and then comes the space isolate for Kolkata. We here used Kolkata as a metropolitan city, therefore we have taken the notation for India 44, then alphabetical device for Kolkata, so 44.KOL, and then 2020 is denoted by P20 as time isolate, and then summer in the second level time isolate. Therefore, the class number will be Y49 colon 435 AMP, then second round personality 57, then colon 67 second round energy dot 4475 dot KOL, then apostrophe P20 apostrophe small n. So next we move on to the main class, law in the social sciences. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines law as the whole body of customs. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines law as the whole body of customs, practices or rules of a community, a rule of conduct or action prescribed or formally recognized as binding or enforced by a controlling authority. In colon classification, 6th edition, the facet formula is given for law, and all the facets are personality facets. No, in colon classification 6th edition, the facet formula as given for the main class law, the personality facets are there up to 4 level, and then the problem facet. The P1 facet designates the community of the law and disciplinary aspects. The isolates of community facet are sharpened by geographical device for a nation and any other localized community, and by subject device for other social, cultural or religious groups. For international law, the isolate number in the community facet is 1 or any other appropriate area when it covers that part of the world. Indian international law is denoted by capital Z44, but international law will be capital Z1. The P2 and P3 facets are used to denote the foci in the law facet 1 and law facet 2 respectively. P2 facets covers legal persons and laws applicable to property, contract, treaty, tort, crime, etc., conflict of laws, cause of action, court, jurisprudence, source of laws, interpretation, evidence, remedy and sanction of punishments, regulative law, legal documents, etc. All the divisions and subdivisions are also applicable for war, land, naval and air sectors. It has been directed to use analogous term if any isolate is not enumerated in the case of both law facet 1 and 2. Here we present some examples. Type of benches in the Supreme Court, as in the level 1, 2 and 3 personality facet are present here. India Supreme Court and bench. So the class number will be Z, 44, 81, 1. Colon classification is a faceted classification system. The schedule of colon classification consists of certain unit schedules. By combining the numbers from these unit schedules in assigned permutation and combination, the class numbers for all possible subjects can be constructed. The scope and coverage of the spectra of social sciences is quite vast. It agglomerates different basic subjects and their components. The scope and coverage of social sciences agglomerates different basic subjects and their components which deal with the nature and interaction among individuals and society in several aspects. Colon classification 6th edition covers education, geography, history, political science, economics, management, commerce, sociology, law, etc. within the coverage of different basic subjects under social sciences. It is crucial to know the rules for structure and relationship of the components within the basic classes, and also for synthesizing class numbers of different subjects under these classes. In today's session, we have discussed such aspects and relevant rules in brief in the field of social sciences with illustrations and examples. That is all for today's class. Thank you.